Alright, guys. It's another episode of Losing Lives where we're doing Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. This is the trailer. Of course, the trailer, though, is just some music.
The planet weaves a cruel fate for men.
And then
You
this.
lied to me.
Children are always the first to suffer.
I don't remember this.
Geostigma. Genova. Reunion.
Just
Children
say
who
some
have lost
words.
hope. Respite for the soul. And so he takes sword in hand once again.
And then it turns up.
Wait, that was the trailer's transition? That wasn't you transitioning to something else?
Nope.
That was pretty bad.
And a lot of it is just video, so the rest of this trailer is just going to be this song.
Yeah.
So, but
Just enjoy it, guys.
Sephiroth.
I am.
What badass song.
My wife would just make fun of you guys so hard right now. She hates everything Final Fantasy. Like, absolutely despises it.
Even 7?
She hates all of it. If she sees the name Final Fantasy, she'll like. That's why I couldn't watch The Spirits Within until the last minute. Because I was sitting in the living room and I was like, hey, I'm going to put this movie on, it's for the podcast, and check it out. She's like, she kind of stopped and looked at me and she was like, what movie is it? I said, it's this movie, Spirits Within. She's like, what is that? It's Final Fantasy. She was like,
Fantasy
no,
7.
you're not watching that. I was like, all right.
Alright, well, Final Fantasy VII. One thing you have to say about this movie, which we'll start off with how we normally do, talking about the game.
Okay.
So Final Fantasy VII, the game, first of all, if you didn't play this game, you probably shouldn't watch the movie.
Yeah, you're not going to enjoy the movie.
No.
Because the movie does such a good job of targeting like that specific audience. Like they didn't really try to reach out like to like the general populace.
Now, the story for Final Fantasy VII, I think, was probably like a very... I can't really speak to... I didn't really play much of Final Fantasy till 7. I played 7, I played 8, I played 9, I played 10. But, like, I think I played some of 4. I bought it on my phone, and I was been playing Final Fantasy on my phone.
I've tried playing like 4 and 5, and they're just really boring.
Yeah. 7 really went ambitious, I think, with the story.
Yes.
So...
Actually,
this-
I'm gonna say 6 is the first one, to my knowledge.
Probably.
But
a lot of
it
people
got
talk
kind of
about
wiped
6
out
being
by
like,
7 because 7 did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 kind of went. And I actually, ever since 7, it's kind of been downhill except for Final Fantasy 9.
At least in my opinion.
Well, 9 is good too. I would say
10 was really good.
10 was good, but it wasn't at that 7 caliber, I think.
Wasn't.
Between 7 and 9.
Got as much praise because it kind of changed the game a little bit. Like it just kind of had that like whoa effect.
Yeah, they took Final Fantasy to a PlayStation 2
Yeah,
port.
it just took it to another level.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they did 10 too, and
Yeah, they started trying to do this thing with some of them, even 13, where
Yep.
they tried to do these sequels.
yeah.
And in 7, they're still trying to stab at 7 because 7 is so loved
It's
by
under
people
production right
that-
now.
Yeah,
The remake. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then they've also spun off a couple other games on this Final Fantasy.
Oh,
7.
they had like a game where you play as Valentine.
One of them is for PSP. It's called Crisis Core.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that where
Where
is that
you-
where you play as Zack?
You play as Zack.
Okay.
yeah.
But there's another one where you play as Valentine. It's like a little over the shoulder shooter.
There was another one.
Yeah, Dirge of the
Cerberus or some shit like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you play as Vincent.
Vincent. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm calling him Valentine.
I thought
yeah.
Valentine was wrong. Vincent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was an
Vampire.
action RPG.
Yeah.
let's get back to Final Fantasy VII. So the game is basically this: you are Cloud, and you end up getting involved with a number of characters along the way, which pop up in the movie. You basically start off as like an ex-soldier
Which actually is a part of a group called Soldier.
Soldier.
yeah.
Yeah. They kept it real simple.
Yeah, but he's an ex-soldier, and he's basically involved with this terrorist organization.
Yeah, they're like the
Avalanche.
rebels.
Resistance
Yeah,
group.
I call them terrorists because they go, but like they're trying to save the Earth or the planet. It's not Earth; they call it the planet. That's always what they call it.
Do
And,
they name the planet? Is
somewhere
there a
they
name?
threw the
I
name
think
in
there's a
Gaia,
name.
but it's not.
Yeah, that's true. They just
But
call
it wasn't in
Gaia.
the game though. It was just
thought
called
it
the
was.
planet.
Oh, maybe
That's all it was called. So, Final Fantasy VII, they're going to try and stop. What's the name of the
Sephiroth.
corporation?
Shinra.
That's what I want
Because
to say.
they're
It was
killing
on
the planet.
They're killing the planet because basically, like how
They're
It's- it-
exploiting
the game
the life
speaks-
force.
Yeah.
the game speaks almost a lot to what is talked about today with like
Oh yeah, renewable
global
resources
warming,
and
renewable resources.
Yeah.
They're basically the planet has like a life force to it, and this is huge corporation are using this as like an energy source, and it's killing the planet. So Cloud is working with Barrett, and I believe Tifa's involved with it in the beginning.
And Wedge and Biggs.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's always a Wedge and Biggs in almost
every
all
Final
the Final
Fantasy.
Fantasies. There's Wedge and Biggs. They're just these
I don't know when that
characters.
started. Did it
I don't
start with 7?
No, I think
No,
it was before
it
7.
was before 7. There was
I
always
played
a
through
Wedge and
6.
Biggs.
I don't remember
It's like Sid.
encountering
There's always a
Wedge and
Wedge and Biggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so they're trying to fight this group. At the same time, Sephiroth comes back, who's also a soldier who's been genetically mutated by Jenova, which in the movie you hear it all the time called Mother. They
yeah.
say it enough times. So,
We'll get into that real soon.
yeah. So they created Sephiroth with Jenova. Jenova is some alien being that came down to Earth, and they were able to subdue it and use its body or whatever to make genetic soldiers.
Yeah, that's
like
all just kind of
Which
like
is soldier.
half-developed shit.
To
going
get
on
into
in
the story
background.
of this, I can't. I'd have to dedicate the podcast to just Final Fantasy.
I know
VII.
it's pretty.
So I'm going into probably more detail than I should because, like I said, it's very complicated. Basically, it ends up Cloud and them fighting Sephiroth. That's basically where it ends up at. And at the end of the game, you fight Sephiroth. All throughout, there's a lot of things that happen that we'll try and address as we go into the movie. But the game is a very well-loved game, and it's one of the best Final Fantasies that they've probably ever done.
Or best RPG.
And this movie was something, Advent Children, was something that I think a lot of people were excited about. And
yeah, that's after
at the
coming off
time
of
when it
Spirits
came
Within.
out, huh?
That's
After
after
the-
coming off Spirits
yeah, the
Within.
disappointment of
Which
Spirits Within.
actually I see that it looks like they took some of the stuff they did with Spirits Within, and I think maybe some of that technology or whatever. I feel like that's something that they might have used as like a springboard for this movie for Advent Children because it
Needs to
still
be like
has
visually
that,
speaking.
yeah, that photorealistic type
It
of
is,
CG.
but it's still like very much so like we're not trying to make this look like real people.
Now I was listening to a review from another podcast about this movie, and one of the things they were saying is they said Spirits Within actually still looks better than Advent Children did.
I
Now,
don't know.
Spirits Within, but not by much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it didn't look like they worked on it for
Advent
4
Children,
years.
I think, only had a budget of like 30 million or something like that, whereas Spirits Within was like over 100 million. But
Yeah.
there's also a lot of years in between when that took place. Do you think like Advent Children looks better or worse, or Spirits Within? Hand painted backgrounds.
Yeah, I'd
and-
say from I guess if you want to get it from like a technical standpoint, Spirits Within probably it does look better. But Spirits Within, it just kind of looked boring. Like the character designs were very uninteresting. It was very typical. Nothing was really interesting. It was just like very generic, like just people. And so I would say Advent Children visually is more entertaining.
Yeah. Well,
know?
there's more entertaining things that happen.
Well,
in
I know.
Advent
I'm
Children.
just saying, like, just visual, like, just if you look at just like character models, there's just more to kind of digest when you're looking at, Advent Children as opposed to the Spirits Within.
Which versions? Now, I listen to it in English. You listen into it into Canadian, and you listen to it in Japanese.
Japanese.
So I watched the complete version. The complete version had some extra stuff in it. Did you watch the complete?
I watched the complete version. I don't know.
The differences I'm hearing between the two is that there was a lot more like talky dialogue. It was a little bogged down more with that, except for the end. The end had the fight with Sephiroth,
Yeah.
where like he was cutting up Cloud, and Cloud was like bleeding all over the place, and that's not in the regular version. That's
I don't
in the
remember that,
complete.
so maybe I didn't see that.
Yeah, but
I
'Cause
thought,
I hear-
I thought what I saw had big complete edition written on it, but maybe I didn't. I don't know.
yeah, my version had more Canadian jokes and farts.
Yeah, yeah, but so with the complete conversion, when I run down this movie, it's going to be kind of towards that. So
All right.
the beginning, it kind of starts off with one of the remnants talking with the president, Rufus, right?
The president
Rufus
of Shinra.
Rufus Shinra, yeah. And
Actually,
basically,
the opening scene is actually the really last cutscene from the Final Fantasy VII game, where it shows Red 13 and his brethren.
that
running.
is true.
Oh
It
yeah,
does
it's them
show that.
running.
Yeah, them running.
And I just realized that's the only time you see Red 13. No,
No.
does he show back up?
No,
He
he shows
shows
back
back-
up because
He does? Oh,
Cat
okay.
Sith is riding him.
Oh, that's right. And he has a weird German accent, and I didn't know where
yeah,
that came
Scottish,
from.
German, something
Oh, I
like
thought
that.
it was German.
Well,
Japanese German.
Yeah. It's not a kind of...
It's hard to tell.
It's what they think it is.
Yeah.
So it starts off these remnants. They in fact, you stand in front of me with a phone. Why don't you pull up some of the character names and stuff so I can use that, because I'm kind of spacing on it right now. I know some of the main characters like Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, and all that, but these remnant characters.
You talking about the three brothers?
Yeah.
They kept saying one of them over and over.
Like Kadesh or
Yeah.
Yeah, Kadesh.
Final
Kadash.
Fantasy VII Advent Children.
More
And
Arabic.
I didn't catch
names.
any of the other names. The other two guys, no, I didn't catch
Yeah.
All I kept catching is quit crying.
Yeah. all I heard was mother and stop crying.
Yeah. So they're trying to find Mother. So Mother is Genova in the game. Was an alien creature that came down that was used to create Sephiroth. And basically, which is kind of, I think it's kind of obvious from the beginning, is they're trying to use it to bring back Sephiroth.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell by the way that they look.
It's
soon
to
as
pretty
you
much
see
destroy
them-
the planet. And
Yeah. Yeah, because
Take over life
apparently they make some comment about like that was like Mother's purpose is to go from one planet, destroy it,
So
and then
they
go to
wanted
another
to-
planet and
they
then
wanted to
destroy
finish
it.
what she started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which I guess if you need a purpose in life, like
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the game. The game was Sephiroth wanting to do the same thing. He was trying to bring Meteor down to destroy the Earth.
I thought he wanted to like absorb the life.
Yeah, he wanted to hurt the Earth. Like he wanted to do enough damage to the Earth so that when the Earth started repairing itself with the life
He
force,
could like
would
tap
he would just
into it.
absorb it
Yeah.
and then destroy the Earth with. He'd become like a god.
Yeah, he'd become.
and then he could go
ridiculously
to
powerful.
another planet,
And
and that was
do
the same
that.
thing in this movie. He was same plan. He wanted not to bring Meteor, but he basically wanted to come back to do something to destroy the Earth so that he can take the power from the life force and then go build life on another planet.
And the only thing that could stand in his way was Aerith.
Yeah,
And that's why he had to take her
because
out.
Aerith was her race of people was like the Serta.
It was like the Surtur
I
race that
Surtur
that
race,
used
vaguely recall.
because he would use
I remember
Meteor.
tromping around some ancient ruins. At some
She would
point.
use
Yeah,
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to be complicated to the movie because
Yeah.
Ares is not really. She's a part of it because it's Cloud's struggle in the movie. But anyways, so the three villains, they're here. They're wanting to bring Sephiroth back, and so at the same time, there's this sickness, this stigma,
Geostigma.
geostigma that's infected a bunch of kids, and like from the name of it, it
Bunch of
almost
kids and Cloud.
and Rufus.
Oh yeah, that's
He's in the
right.
wheelchair
His
and he
arm
has the
is all-
stigma too.
Yeah.
So they're infected with this disease and they don't really know what it's from, but it's related to Sephiroth and the remnants.
The Genova cells.
Yeah.
How did Genova cells get in all these people?
To be honest, I don't even understand the plot device because I think they could have cut that completely out and it'd have been fine. Like the reason why they had the kids and stuff, there was no importance to that other than to maybe make you feel more emotion to or distress to what they were doing. But I think if you're a fan of the series, just knowing Sephiroth is coming back,
That's all I need. Is like, oh shit.
is enough to be like, okay, these guys.
I
gotta be
thought
stopped.
that was supposed to be their new tactic. Like, all right, Meteor's not coming. Let's just try to eradicate most of life using this
No, because they were bringing the kids together to try. There was like they make a comment in one of the parts of the movie. I don't think I got the clip where they're basically like, "This is like the calling card for Genova, our mother, like this infection amongst everybody." No, they were trying to say, I'm sorry, the life force, the Earth, was angry at
that's what it says when you get the Genova gene or cells or somehow in your body. It is the Earth's life force fighting it is what causes the geostigma.
Yeah.
So I figured that's why they were trying to get so many people infected, so that the Earth would have to keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and it would weaken it so that it would have to repair itself. And then
I didn't
they would
catch that, but that makes sense.
I think that
and
was
that. Then it kind of does make sense why that would happen.
This movie started and it just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got an intro here for the villains. So this is the villains. This is the first time you hear them, and they're kind of strange.
They're a little weird.
Hey, Kadash, is that where Big Brother lives?
Yeah,
Do you think he'll be glad to see us?
not a chance.
Don't cry, Azu.
There's another one.
But Mother's with him.
Azu.
Maybe not.
Who gave these
Don't
names?
cry, Laws.
Yeah, it's Laws,
Mother.
Kadash, Azu.
Hold on. He's coming.
What?
He makes sound effects twice in his movie. This is the other one. Later in the movie, he's like shooting out with the motorcycle, and he's like, bang, 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 bang. But when they drive off, he goes.
I must have missed that.
I missed it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed this.
I caught that.
Of course, you caught titties and
I
beer.
caught titties and beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
But,
ways to think alike.
So these villains is the first time they come together. They come together where that sword is that's stuck in the ground. It's like Zack's
The
sword.
Buster sword.
And they
Yeah.
just like kick it. Like,
Yeah.
"Bing."
Fuck this
Bunch
shit.
of
Yeah.
dicks.
And then they go and they fighting Cloud. And they're just basically like, where's Mother? Yeah, where's
Cloud.
Which, actually, I'm going to go ahead and give it to y'all now. I cut a clip because they say Mother so much in this movie. And it's funny because this is the movie we're doing right before Mother's Day. But
This
will
was
come
not
out
planned, by the way.
2 weeks. It'll come out 2 weeks after.
I like to
So
think
Mother's
it
Day will
was.
be done.
We
But
already talked about this. Though.
yeah, well, and who's next? We didn't
So
talk about it.
yeah,
in this
all right. So
episode.
I'll say it again.
Yeah.
BioShock Infinite.
No, Tim's
Everything
got a
that
point
has
here.
happened will happen, and art has already happened, and is currently happening.
Well, here's our Mother supercut.
Happy Mother's Day.
What's this stuff about Mother?
Mother.
But Mother...
Where's Mother?
You do have Mother there. We need Mother's power. Mother's mimetic legacy. Mother's legacy. She does so much for us. Find Mother.
Where's Mother? Hey, where's Mother?
Says he's looking for Mother.
Gift from Mother? Gross. Brother's hiding Mother too?
Mother has given me the life stream. Mother's mimetic legacy will go to Mother together. See, Mother?
Mother is here.
Mother.
Get back, Mother. All we want is to be with Mother.
Mother will know. Where's Mother?
Mother schmother.
Hey,
I will not have you refer to Mother that way.
you meanie! You look after Mother!
Mother.
A good son would have known.
Mother! Mother! Mother's going to tell me.
What I want, Cloud, is to sail the darkness of the cosmos with this planet as my vessel, just as my mother did long ago.
Mother.
Again? Why is everyone calling me their mother lately?
That's it.
What I want, Cloud,
That
is
was-
to sail the cosmos
Just like my mother did.
on this husk of a planet,
What got
and then
me?
we will film the spirits within.
No! That actually came first. Mother!
Everything will happen, already has happened, and is happening.
Dilly dally, shilly shally.
BioShock Infinite.
So,
The BioShock Infinite defense.
Yep.
so the whole movie is just based. It can almost be simply broken. The movie is like almost more complex of a plot than really needed to be, but at the same time, still a little more straightforward.
It's
too. the Geostigma stuff is just a little complicated than the Genova stuff because you really got to know the game, and even knowing the game, you still got to kind of know some of the specifics. But basically, they're just trying to bring Sephiroth back to bring Mother's Dream and their Sephiroth's remnants. I guess they're these pieces of Sephiroth. They don't really say if it's like his like.
Yeah, like how did they
or,
even develop? Like, what did they start as?
That's
what I was curious about.
I don't know. I have no idea. But so
yeah, they just
pop up.
And the movie started.
So we pick up on Cloud after he's fighting them. He's basically a loner doing the emo thing because like he has the Geostigma. And he's just like, I'm not going to be around Tifa. And the movie does a lot of things with, like, cell phones and stuff like that. It's just, this is almost like a transition to another scene at least 3 different times.
There's a strange focus on cell phones in this movie.
Yeah, well, they just kind of pop out. And just people getting phone calls and getting voicemails. Because that's one of the ways that...
I think
Cloud.
though, I think at that time when the movie was released, cell phones were really starting to kind of like evolve, and they were starting to be a little more hip, and they were starting to change from your average like, like your flip phone. Maybe they were just starting to kind of develop some new technology. Yeah, that's just what I kind of thought. What I chalked it up to. It's like at the time. Cell phones were just starting to kind of take those steps to be what they are today.
This movie came out in 2005.
I don't know.
That was kind of on the verge of smartphones. But a lot of people still had flip phones. Because they all had flip phones.
Yeah, they did. They did.
It was just flip phones.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a weird thing. The movie did that and a lot of like sighing. Like, and actually I got a scene. There's a whole scene in this movie that's just this kid doing sighs.
Your call to Sector 7 cannot be completed at this time.
There's no subtitles to this?
There was for me.
Even for the sighs?
I think the Canadian version was just not by farts.
I mean, this is just very typical. Like any like Japanese anime,
and also cell phones.
Yeah, any Japanese anime, that's just how it is. There's just a lot of.
It's just fun. I could just see like this kid, like, okay, we're gonna do this scene. All we need you to do, stand in the microphone and go.
Yeah.
Can you handle that?
Like,
I feel like that would be harder than.
But
like,
I think even
remembering
in
lines.
animes, I know they do the side thing, but not to the extent that this movie did it. This movie, I felt like was just a lot of scenes in this movie were just.
I didn't walk away from feeling that way.
I don't know. It really stuck out to me. But maybe I haven't been watching that much anime. Cause I know you said you've been recently watching Attack on Titan, and you also watched One Punch Man, before too. So you've been kind of,
just growing up, and it's just there's a lot of the quote unquote dialogue is just noises.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. But what took me on this tangent on the size and the cell phones is basically Cloud. The only point of contact he has is by listening to people's voicemails.
Yeah, he never answers
That's
his phone.
basically what it is. So he's going on the hunt to try and find something about this stigma stuff. That in turn gets him involved with the 3 remnants of Sephiroth and them 2 clashing heads. And it ends up just being Cloud ends up working with Tifa and Barrett to finally take down the 3 remnants and they don't stop them from becoming Sephiroth because Sephiroth comes out for a final fight at the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. And then, but they stop them and the sicknesses are cured and everything like that. So that's the basic plot of the movie, just to kind of get that out the way.
It's pretty
and
much,
then we can kind of break down into the scenes and what we thought of the movie. Right. So for me personally, I didn't care for this movie so much. It wasn't like, I remember being excited and watching it. It was like, oh, that's cool. All the cool fight. Like the Tifa fight scene.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah, Tifa fight scene was pretty great. The fight with Bahamut was kind of... Yeah, it was nice to see all the characters come back.
That's what I was
like
about
that.
to say.
So
that was what worked for it. It's
actually,
like,
I got a little intro of all the team coming in.
there.
You look after Mama. Marlene better be safe, huh?
Jesus Beauty. My sheriff, the latest model.
What's this?
I'll give you the grand tour afterward.
Where can I buy a phone?
All right, who's been touching my materia? The bad guys, naturally. Oh!
That's they just had him come in and yell and scream. And he talks at the end when he's fighting Sephiroth when they're in the airship. He does a little more dialogue.
He talks here
and
and
some
there
of the
in the
Barrett-
fight.
yeah,
During the fight, he says some
it was
shit.
pretty cool for all of them to pop up and team up together, just like
Yes,
the game.
I remember watching the movie and seeing Bahamut.
but
I was like, okay.
at the same time, it's a little useless.
It was definitely just how can we get all these characters on screen? This is how
they finally got
Bahamut
them all on
fight.
screen.
Yeah.
all it took was for Cloud to show up, and
Yeah, but that was lame. Like that final blow to take out.
Oh
Bahamut.
yeah, everybody just
Throwing
throws
him
him
up.
up
I was
through,
like,
through
what
the
the
mega
shit?
flare. He
Yeah.
just, and then at the end, Ares, I felt was kind of weird. To
Wait,
have
was
in
it
this
Ares or
movie.
Aerith?
Aerith.
Aerith,
I said
okay.
Ares like it's the god of war.
Yeah,
Aerith.
a
She
lot
was
of people
kind
do
of
call him Ares, but it's really Aerith. But it's
Aerith was kind of weird to have in this movie because I felt like she was done in Final Fantasy the game because she dies midway into the game.
Yeah,
and then
no, not even midway, like early.
It's
than that.
pretty early on.
Yeah, a little early
Disc,
on.
At the end of disc one, like towards the end of disc
towards
one,
the end
she
of disc
dies.
one. But disc 2 and disc 3, I think, are a lot shorter than what disc 1 is. I want to say, but
I don't know.
Regardless, it felt like that should have already been dealt with. And then you see him kind of struggling because he's not only just trying to find stigma and being a recluse from everybody because of the stigma, but he's also still struggling with Aerith,
with her dying.
But I felt like that was resolved in the game, like, and she kind of just comes in to heal everybody from the stigma. Like,
yep.
I felt like they could have just did away with the stigma idea. Just the whole thought of Sephiroth coming back is terrible enough, and they're gonna cut out this whole stuff with Aerith and Zack because that's all been kind of taken care of in the game, and it probably would help in making this movie a little more approachable for people who haven't played the game.
See,
because
that's where you and I disagree.
Yeah,
because I feel like this movie should not have been made in a way that would be approachable for people who have not played the game.
Well,
I appreciated that they put extra effort into being like, y'all who haven't played this game, y'all aren't gonna like this shit. Don't even buy it. People who did play this game, here you go.
Yeah, because it wasn't
Enjoy.
called Final Fantasy
True,
Advent Children.
but
It was
they
called Final
could-
Fantasy VII Advent Children.
But
so
they
it went
could've-
directly to that audience.
And they like give you a disclaimer right at the beginning of the movie. Like as soon as it turns on, they're just like, I can't remember the quote, but it's basically like, this is for people who have already been in this world and loved it. Here you go.
Well, okay, I agree with you on that, but I still think that they could have at least done other stuff than that to make it more unique for people. Because I agree with you. I see the appeal, and that's true. Fuck other people. This is for Final Fantasy VII fans.
Pretty much.
Great. That's fine.
You're looking at it.
But the whole thing with
as a
Aerith
movie.
and Zack and all this kind of stuff, I mean, like, I don't know if it was needed.
Zack,
they
I
could have
agree.
did more.
I don't know why we had to even look at Zack. Like,
Yeah,
he
like-
was done.
Yeah, we already, as Final Fantasy fans, we already knew that.
Yeah.
It was Cloud's identity crisis where he had experienced something terrible, and he kept thinking some of his memories were Zack's memories, and like
Yeah, because all his stories he was telling was what Zack did.
yeah, exactly. That's how the game played it out in the
Yeah.
game. So, but in the movie, like it kind of wasn't.
It just
needed.
like show his face.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't really.
yeah. So I mean, what they could have
So-
did more with Barrett, with Sid, with
I agree with you on that.
Vincent,
They just
with-
had him show up and
Yeah,
like,
because
look,
they were
here.
with you the
Yeah.
entire time during the adventure of the game.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, now you have them show up.
If they cut out all the stuff with the kids and all the stuff with the stigma, cut all that out and just put in Vincent stuff, Yuffie stuff, all this kind of stuff, and just said, oh, these three guys are trying to bring Sephiroth back, it could have been, I think, a better movie.
I don't know, because I feel like each of those characters, while they did give them like some background, it was nothing really relevant. And that was kind of like a gripe I had with the game, honestly, is the other characters that you get on your team. You've got Cloud and like the rest of the world, and you can see similarities in the character design. But all the other characters that join your team, maybe Tifa kind of fits into the rest of the world, but all the other characters are just these off the wall, like, who the fuck? I've always, anytime I talk about this with people, I say it's like they had two different teams. They put one group to set aside to make characters for your team, and they made another group who are like, all right, design the world, design the characters, the NPCs that are going to populate the world. And they separated and they did some shit, and then they came back together and said, here we go. And they said, cool. They just, there's no mesh there.
Yeah.
Like, they're just so bizarre.
Not to mention, two of them were optional.
They were not even.
Vincent, I think, right? You didn't have to get Vincent.
The only bizarre one is Cat Sith.
No, he was a part of the story.
And Red 13.
Yeah, Red 13.
Vincent is bizarre as shit. Barrett,
but they explained Vincent though in the game. In the game, you go and you realize he was experimented on like Sephiroth, but he came out that way, and that's why he turned out. He was experimented on with Genova cells.
The only problem is
when you find him, there's a little backstory with it. So he is this weird person that transforms, but he's still like a humanized person.
Right, but he wasn't a part of the storyline. The only way you can get Vincent is if you went back into that mansion.
Yeah.
You go into that room with the coffins, and you had to play this coffin game where you had to find him. If you didn't find him on the first try, none of them opens.
Yeah.
So he's not even going to be playable, so you would have to start the game over. Yuffie, she's also optional, and the only way you can get her is if you go all the way to Wonton.
Yeah.
And you do her little storyline where she steals all your shit when you first meet her.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a pain in the ass. But after that, you get all these characters. But like for me, I use Cloud, Barrett, and Sid the entire game. So now all these other characters to me were just pretty much useless.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a problem with a lot of RPGs. Though.
That is, just as a side note, I don't want to get into this.
It was nice to have them on the team, but I'm not using them.
Yeah.
Because I've already got this good ass team with all my leveled up materia.
Yep.
I don't need them.
That is what made Final Fantasy VI unbearable, and that is what made Final Fantasy IX fucking fantastic. I'm not going to get too much into that because it's off topic, but that exact little circumstance is, yeah.
Especially when you're fighting Bizarro Sephiroth,
but still,
where you get two teams.
In this movie, I
would always never change. I would pick that one team. Like, you want to switch over? Nope.
Still, when in this movie, they could have still took the time for fan service and just had fun with the other characters that are playable characters in the game. And I just felt like there was a missed opportunity.
Maybe.
I just think it's a missed opportunity. I don't know if it's necessarily an exact requirement, but I feel like the whole movie just focused a lot on Cloud, a little bit on Tifa, and that's it.
Honestly, I guess that's all I really fucking cared about. I was like,
I
just
focused
don't really
more on
care
the
about
Turks.
the other characters.
And the Turks. That was a
and
weird
that was
thing.
a little weird. Yeah, they made them like a huge.
Because they did pop in and out of the game a lot, but in this movie, they were
It was
kind
annoying
of
as shit when
they had too much.
That was the song every time they pop up.
They had too much
snazzy
screen time fighting the three brothers.
Yes.
And I was like, why am I watching them fight these? Like, we have all these other major characters who
Vincent
should
have been
up there fighting.
And when he did, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he finally
it was a
popped up,
weird
it was
choice to make, to have.
It was strange.
The Turks. And just, I don't know if we explained it. The Turks are people that work for Shinra.
Like his bodyguards.
They're like the bodyguards for Rufus,
They're
who's
like
the president
they're
of
like
the
the
company,
Secret
Shinra.
Service.
Yeah, they're like the
Basically.
Secret Service. Yeah. But I feel like even in the game, Shinra was kind of the first disc, maybe first and a half, and then it focused more on you hunting Sephiroth down.
Yeah.
Then really worried about what this corporation is doing. That was the kind of story for the first disc. So in the movie, making Shinra such a vocal point in the movie I mean, it'd have been nice to like, oh yeah, remember Shinra? This is the stuff here, but I don't think we needed to get that deep into it. Where
They
even
seemed really
Rufus
caught
had
up
a
with
lot.
like redemption.
Yeah, and you
for
thought
him.
Rufus was
Yeah,
dead.
Yeah,
and it was.
I was like, I don't care about. I don't care.
Well, yeah, he was kind of a dick anyways. They were using all the life force, sapping it out for their own needs. and
Yeah, but it
whatever.
seemed like in the movie he was trying to make up for that, and they were trying to show that.
Yeah, I guess.
But I
And-
just didn't care about that.
Yeah, you don't. You want to see the characters you played with and all
Exactly.
that, and that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
just
yeah.
feel like they, to me, like when we get to the point in rating this movie, like I said in the last episode of Final Fantasy, like, oh, I think this will be the movie where I gain a life, and I just don't think it was. Like, it's not as good as what I remembered, which I kind of expected.
Yeah, you kind of came to expect that.
Yeah, I kind of expected it, but it's really, I was just kind of. It's not a movie I feel like I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this again. Like, I might go play Final Fantasy VII again. I'm not gonna probably really want to watch this movie again.
Nope. Yeah.
So I mean,
I think I'll wait another 10 years before I watch it again.
Yeah, there you go. So one of the other things that got me was like the music you said was good in this movie.
I really liked it. Yeah.
The music was good, but I feel like it was mixed kind of bad. At least the sound effects, the music, and all this stuff going together. Like, this is... I pulled this. That was the big explosion on the bridge at the end when they had this motorcycle fight scene. Where
Yeah,
they were
where
driving through the
I
tunnel.
totally thought the Turks killed themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, that's what they set it up to look like.
Yeah, that's what they did. But apparently they just always live because they even set up the other Turks like they died when he threw their badges with blood all over it.
Yeah.
And then they come up at the middle of the movie to save the president from falling. It's like, okay, they're alive.
I
still.
guess they're okay.
Yeah. But no, like that explosion, all right? If you listen to it, and even like the gunshots when you're playing, when you're watching a movie, to me, a lot of times you want to hear that pow, pow, pow. Like, there's something about the sound
those
of
gunshots,
things.
that sound like pea shooters, man.
Yeah, and then that explosion was like a big explosion that was
Yeah,
supposed
and
to
it was
kill,
just like-
and it was just like,
Well, I mean, once they established early on that you can shoot Cloud in the face with a gun.
Yes, what happened with that?
And all it did was knock his goggles up a little
best
bit.
sunglasses, the best goggles
Well,
ever.
I just said, well, they have some shit guns, and then
Yes.
the rest of the movie
It gave him a
confirmed
little
this.
nick.
Yes.
It gave him a little nick on his face. You can see the blood dripping down.
Yeah, like it just peaked. Like you got shot almost
Point
point
blank.
blank range with a gun, and it just bloop, knocked your goggles off.
And
Yeah.
the rest of the movie stayed true to that.
Yeah.
I think Vincent had kind of a hand cannon. I think he was like the exception.
I did like Cloud's motorcycle.
Cloud's
He
motorcycle
came out
was
and
nice.
and then he had a variety of swords.
He had
You
like
just didn't know which
7.
one to choose.
Now the swords was pretty nice. I like the swords. I like the variety of swords and
You
him
could, like,
putting them
combine
together.
them and shit like
well,
that.
that was a nice setup for at the end when he fought Sephiroth, and he did the Omni Slash, and so he had all his swords spread out, and then he just Omni Slash Sephiroth at the end of the.
Which was cool for the fans.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yep,
pretty cool.
yep.
That was good.
I know my brother and I was pointing the screen like Omni Slash.
He did another limit break. He did like he shot the little crescent beam thing at some point in the movie.
He also did Climate Hazard, which is what he did to Bahamut.
Which
is when he stuck his sword and then he just ran with it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is the same thing where you'd run up, you stick your sword or whatever weapon you had. I had a nail bat at the time. Where you run up, you stick your weapon and then you jump up and you slash.
Okay.
That's Climate Hazard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think one thing was kind of funny. I thought was that like, and I got the clips for it. Was like the people how they treated the kids. Like they were like 1 minute it was
Give a
like
fuck
this.
about them kids.
Ah, gee, sorry about that.
Stigma!
Goodness. Do you think he's alright?
Gross ass kids.
Can't you people just stay indoors?
Okay. Then when all the kids are lined up with the Sephiroth remnants, you get this.
Come on, Zoe. We're going. Give us back our children.
Get the fuck out of here! Come back here!
Give us back our children.
Can't you hear us?
Children are our future. Don't touch me.
How do you sickos justify
Stay over there.
My Daisy!
Look at
My baby.
We love you.
But
We want
yet
you
when they're
back.
in the street, it's like, get out of here! Why aren't you inside?
We love you. We want you back. Just stay over there.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of fun and this like weird thing. And the whole thing with the kids too was just kind of.
I like how
I mean, from how you explained it, Okay, I guess it makes sense, infecting everybody. But I felt like they almost were trying to say, well, it's only the kids, but then also Cloud and Rufus. Because no other adults...
I don't recall any other adults, yeah.
Well, no, there was that one adult and the other adult, too, in the
Well,
alleyway. He was
diddling.
like, throwing up. And
Yeah,
he was like,
he was diddling children, though, so...
How do you know?
That's the only possible conclusion.
I didn't come to that conclusion, but
We
okay.
just established that only kids catch this shit, and there's one adult that has it. Except for Cloud.
Well, then I hope he died. Dude. It was fucking sick. But, all right.
Now that we got that cleared up, what's the next scene?
What y'all thought of the... There was a couple fight scenes. So
I enjoyed the fights.
The fights. Okay. Comparing it to Spirits Within.
Don't do that.
No.
This is what Spirits Within was missing. The
Yeah.
sword fight scenes, some of the magic stuff they had going on. Just Final Fantasy. Now, even this Final Fantasy, they should have been riding around on chocobos. That would have been great
Agreed.
to see
No
chocobos
chocobos.
racing
Agreed.
around instead of motorcycles. I'd have been like, you know what?
If
you just hear
I mean, if he was on a motorcycle and pulled out all his swords and then jumped off onto a chocobo,
something tells
I'd be
me
fine.
someone has made an edit of this movie where they just replace the motorcycles with chocobos. Something tells me it's out there.
We just gotta find it.
Yeah, it's out there.
If anybody listening knows of that existence,
Yeah, go ahead and send it our way.
Send it our way, please.
Or make it.
Yeah, or make it.
Be
yeah,
the
if
first.
You, have that kind of
you will
time.
be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Anything else that you cared about in this movie that you want to bring up, or what it kind of takes with your Canadian version that you watched?
Just the same thing, just like Spirits Within. Hey, guy. Oh, where's Mother?
Where's mine?
Hey, Mother, guy.
It's Muhammad.
I really did not have a whole lot of complaints about this movie.
I didn't. I was just. I mean, I wouldn't watch it again.
Right.
Like,
I'd
but
wait.
when I was watching it, I was just like, "This is pretty cool." You know, Tifa fight, enjoyed it. All the little
Tifa was
motorcycle,
my favorite character
all the
in
little
this movie.
motorcycle fights, good stuff.
It was probably 10, 11 years since I've seen this movie, so I'll probably wait another 10, 11 years
There you
before I
go.
see it again. It's just every time I'd hear the theme songs or I saw something, I'd be like, oh, Spider-Man 7.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
It did a good job of like triggering those little kind of just like feelings, you know, when you hear a certain sound or you know, we see the limit
Dun,
breaks,
dun,
you know.
dun.
Yeah.
Dun,
Stuff like
dun,
that.
dun. You're like,
I got a couple of trivia facts, so
all right.
we'll go through these. Cloud uses 5 noticeable limit breaks from the original video game. Let me put this up like this. He used Blade Beam.
Yep.
When he was fighting Laz and Yazoo at
Laz,
the
I think.
Forgotten City. Then he uses Braver when he is fighting Bahamut Sin. He uses Climb Hazard to defeat Bahamut Sin.
Aha, called it.
He
Yeah.
uses Omni Slash to defeat Sephiroth, which is also an attack he used to defeat Sephiroth in the game. The 5th technique he uses is Finishing Touch, which is used on Kadaj. The
Which
creators,
one's that one? What's Finishing Touch?
I don't know. There was that last fight scene with him and Kadaj. Kadaj
Yeah.
was the guy he fought at the end, right before he turned into Sephiroth.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to remember
I
what
don't
that
remember how
actual
that
limit
went.
break is.
I'm trying to.
The
There
creators,
was so many to learn.
the creators of the film had no prior knowledge of how to make a movie, so it was based on their knowledge of in-game movies.
Wow.
That's how this movie was
I
done.
mean, kudos to them considering that. It's not so bad.
And like you called, the opening scene of the movie is the closing scene of the original video game. So just
I
like
remember
you
that. It
called
does open
yeah.
with Red 13 just running. And then you're like, how did he make a baby? Because he was the last of his tribe. Where's the...
Yeah, because you're getting
Where's the
over
mom?
Cloud saving the day, and then
Who-
you get this
who did-
post-credit scene of 3
Yeah.
Red 13.
Who did he bang to
just-
make a kid?
Who?
Who did Red 13 have sex with to make babies? There are no more of the little dog people. There was a whole tribe, and the last one before Red 13, you see him in the game. He's like a stone. He's got spears all up in
His father?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So who did he do that with?
Himself.
I don't know.
Probably to himself.
It's
He can
masturbated.
self-reproduce.
I don't know. So this movie is part of the compilation of the Final Fantasy VII. So there's a whole story they did between Final Fantasy VII, The Last Order, Final Fantasy VII, Before Crisis, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, and Dirge of Cerebrus.
I didn't know there was so many Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
shit.
There's some was like portable games, I think, and some of it was
I was aware
just
of two
PlayStation
of them.
One of
game.
them, there was one game I think that was only in Japan where you get to
Oh.
play as members of the Turks.
Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody did.
Nobody wants to do that.
Tifa's fighting style against laws mirrors some of her limit breaks from the game, which I kind of noticed. She opens up with Beat Rush, comes back with Water Kick. The Water Kick was the one I think where she did that spin kick and kicked him in the jaw, I think. Yeah, how was that? Backs him into the corner with somersault and ends with Meteor Strike.
Which was kind of hard for me because I took Tifa off my team like really quick when I had.
See, when I played, I used her a lot. She was pretty good.
According to the
know who else I
director,
used.
I didn't like the little slot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
like
was
that.
just-
That was good stuff.
I heard about this. According to the director, Tetsuya Nomura, in the DVD commentary, the original movie was supposed to be 20 minutes.
What?
The details of the original story are sketchy, but from what little Nomura has said
It's
about
just,
it,
here's Sephiroth, here's Cloud, watch him fight.
all it is known that it has featured someone requesting a message to be sent to Cloud. The message is then relayed to Cloud through several children, and although Nomura insists that he very much liked the original script, he decided to make the project more grand in scope because early word of the project generated so much interest that he couldn't resist the demands for the film to be feature length. Let me see.
So he wanted to make like a Kung Fury.
Yeah, I guess so. Like a quick 20-minute film, something like that. Some of this stuff is kind
But
of
mine is
basic.
fighting a Nazi robot.
Yeah, see, the planet in the film and the series of games is never referred to by name.
Oh, I totally thought it was.
And then Marlene is the adopted daughter of Barrett, which some stuff you already know if you played the game. They said her real father was the old friend of Barrett, Dine. That's right, because they did this
Yeah,
whole
he
little
was
side
the
story
other
with
guy
Barrett.
who had a gun barrel.
Yeah, they had two guys
was
with gun
stupid.
barrels in the game.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was
ridiculous.
I think it ended when he fell off a cliff.
Yep.
He's like, tell him I'm her real father. Like, huh? Fall.
Yeah,
I thought Barrett like shot him.
How you supposed to look after
Like,
your
on the
family if
cliff
you
set.
can't even look after yourself?
He shot him. He fell. They went to go grab him,
Okay.
and then he was too heavy, so he just fell to his death.
But that's kind of it. I mean, typically I just do the IMDb trivia facts on that. They really, a lot of the trivia facts were just like, oh, did you know this from the game?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's just
the only one that was really
harkening
kind of interesting was that it was just supposed to be a short 20-minute.
I couldn't see it as.
I don't know how you
20-minute
could fit.
movie.
It would just be Sephiroth's back. Okay, go fight. Like
Yeah.
that's,
I think that mother clip that Seth did was like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
mother.
Mother.
Here you go, mother.
Yeah, that was so excuse me. So that's trivia facts. Let's go ahead and rate this movie. How many lives did we lose? I'm gonna say I lost one life. I mean, it was okay in the fight scenes and stuff like that, but I felt like, especially at least with the complete version, maybe the non-complete version, the original version, from what I've heard, it has a faster pace, and I think for me, I suffered from that because I think there was just a lot of weird. Maybe it's just the anime thing, but there's a lot of weird, just like non-dialogue-y kind of everybody standing around going,
that is anime.
you know, like, yeah, and doing that, and just, you know, I don't know, like, I just didn't really care for it that much. The fight scenes were great. That's about it. I mean, the visual style of it was good. I mean, I liked how everything looked. My favorite character, I think, out of the movie was Tifa. I think she seemed like one of the.
She seemed to have just the most depth to her. You know, like
yeah, for saying the little bit of screen time.
She seemed to be rooted in the world. She had concerns. She had some decent screen time. You know, just like fighting.
She kicked ass.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just like
there.
You know, hey, I'm an archetypal, you know, character type.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Hey, I'm in the game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I lost a life. What about you, Ryan?
If I had to say I'd lose a life, which honestly, I was coming into here losing no lives at all. But thinking about it, I probably lost half a life. Only because they made me wait 10 years to see this fucking movie. And I had to sit through Spirits Within.
Thinking you would enjoy it.
What about you, Tim?
I was gonna say I lost a life just because like this isn't a movie that I would watch again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't say like, ooh, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. But the fact of the matter is, when I was watching this movie, I enjoyed myself. So I mean, I didn't lose any lives. I was content. I was enjoying it.
You wouldn't say you gained a life. You just say
I didn't gain a life. I was just, you know,
because I didn't want
no
to lose
damage received
anything from this. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah,
and it's not overly long.
It
it's
was
not
fun.
a super long movie.
If it was
just
longer, I would have maybe been like, all right, guys, like,
Yeah.
come on. But it was paced pretty well. I didn't lose any lives.
All right.
It was just what it was supposed to be. It's like when you have a school project, they give you a rubric, and you can just like, you did that, you did that, you did that, A+. You know, like not great, but you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So,
well, because I worked so hard doing it, I'm gonna play 2 more clips. One is the mother one, one's the voicemail one, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna discuss the next movie we're gonna do and go from there.
What's this stuff about Mother? Mother.
But Mother...
Where's Mother?
You do have Mother there. We need Mother's power. Mother's mimetic legacy. Mother's legacy. She does so much for us. Find Mother.
Where's Mother? Hey, where's Mother?
Says he's looking for Mother.
Gift from Mother? Gross. Brothers hiding Mother too?
Mother has given me the life stream. Mother's mimetic legacy. We will go to Mother together.
Hey, Mother. Mother is here.
Mother,
Mother.
Give back Mother. All we want is to be with Mother.
Mother will know. Where's Mother?
Mother schmother.
Hey!
I will not have you refer to Mother that way.
You meanie! You look after Mother!
Mother.
A good son would have known.
Mother. Mother.
That's the line to
Mother.
take.
Mother's going to tell me.
What I want, Cloud, is to sail the darkness of the cosmos with this planet as my vessel, just as my mother did long ago.
Mother. Mother.
Again? Why is everyone calling me their mother lately?
Yeah, I got this compilation of voicemails. There's just a couple.
You got a call from Reno. He's in Helan. Says he's got work for you. Cloud, how have you been?
You have no more messages.
is that supposed to be Tifa?
Yeah, this Tifa.
That was awful. That was like reading the script for the first time.
What up,
Yeah,
fool?
that's
It's
bad.
Barry. I am the man.
It's my favorite one.
I am the
Best
man.
automobile you ever seen. Survey is done, so I should be able to get out there and see Marlene soon. You let her know, all right, Spikey?
All right, Spike.
They nailed
Reno called again. He says to hurry. And he sounded kind of strange. Be careful, okay?
It's me, Reeve. How's work going? I saw your flyer. How in the world do you stay in business?
Where these voicemails are. This is
You
when
never
he throws the
changed,
phone in the
If it's
water.
all right, I was thinking about helping you
Then he
out.
just started
I
playing.
guess I'll call back.
it. Plays
another
all the
time.
voicemails.
I don't
Bye.
remember that.
Surprise! It's me, Beauty.
Wow, the complete version's giving me this special
No, this-
voicemails.
Maybe.
No, this was also in the YouTube
Okay.
video because
Oh, maybe I just missed it. I mean, I was watching this movie.
I think it
while
was the
taking
fight
care of my baby.
after when they were in the Life Force and Vincent grabs him and pulls him away, and he drops the cell phone into the
Well,
water.
This one, he threw it because he made a choice. Because he was like, he had that conversation with Tifa, and she was like, you know, you may say you don't want us around, but I don't see you throwing the phone away, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's thinking about it, and he's like, you know, I want to be back with Tifa now, and I don't understand why, because from what Tifa said, him throwing the phone away means that he doesn't want to be with them anymore.
I mean, if it was him being like, "I'm going over there. I'm not
going
need
back,
this
and I'm
anymore."
gonna be with them where I don't need the phone anymore. So that's fine. All right, Ryan, Timmy picked these Final Fantasy movies to run through those last. That was your choice.
Oh, I was like, wait, is this something? Okay.
No. It's just something you made the choice.
Yeah. So now it's Ryan's turn.
So I'll let Ryan. What movies
Moi?
are you wanting to do for the next Losing Lives?
Man, 2 of them had popped up into my head.
Sure.
But at the same time, I don't want to be that guy.
No, you can be that guy. It's all right. We all know you.
You're already that guy, so just.
He's a beauty. All right, since we put it that way.
There's a bit.
The first 2 movies that pretty much popped into my head, which I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, is the Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh, I knew it.
Hold on. He's coming.
By the way, that's not from the movie. That's actually from me.
Yeah.
When they agreed
Yeah. All right, so Mortal Kombat movies. So you just want to do? We're gonna do 2 of them: the Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, and I guess at some point we will mention a little bit about the cartoon and a little bit about the Journey Begins prequel. I guess
I don't know any. I didn't know there was a cartoon.
We might add. We'll see. We'll see about adding some of that stuff because, like, basically, what I'm wanting to do is I'm running through some of the big stuff, some of the stuff a lot of people know, and as we dwindle through a lot, which there's more coming. Actually, The Rock is doing a Rampage movie.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Off the video game, the
like
arcade,
where you play as the monsters.
Yes. It's The Rock's like new movie based off of that game.
That shit's coming.
Yep.
That sounds terrible.
Hold on. He's coming.
I don't know. I guess
is he gonna be one of the monsters? Are they just gonna film him crashing
No,
around?
I think he's just gonna be like a person that's gonna. I think
just like.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna take his character Hobbs from Fast and Furious. He's gonna be Hobbs, and he's gonna fist fight all 3 monsters, and that's gonna be Rampage.
Well, I was thinking all 3 monsters would be played by The Rock.
just like a big version of The Rock.
He could be George, and then they'll make him green. He could be Lizzie, and then they'll put hair on him. He'll be Ralph.
Yep.
The only reason I picked the Mortal Kombat ones, because all the other video game movies I can think of, which I don't think we are ready to explore this territory yet, of Uwe Boll Land.
Oh God, that's gonna be like punch myself.
At some point, we are going to have to do it, guys.
I have no idea what he just said.
Uwe Boll is known for doing a lot of terrible.
He's a German director.
But don't tell him that though, because he's also a boxer and he made YouTube videos where he's like, "I'm gonna fuck you up if you want to talk shit about my movies."
He's a German
Fuck
director.
your movies.
He's a German
Boll.
director.
All right.
Don't give a shit.
Blood Rain.
Name of the King. House of the Dead.
Okay, I saw name. That was with Jason Statham.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was some horrible shit.
That's Uwe Boll.
Perfect.
Far Cry. Postal.
Yeah.
He's done all
He's
these
made
movies.
movies for all those video games.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're on Netflix.
Blood Rain. He did
I
like
remember the Blood Rain movie.
He did like 3 of them.
3. Yeah. They had 3 movies done. Yeah. We've got some territory to cover.
We got some.
Actually, I was thinking about doing that animated Turok movie
Okay, yeah.
that I
mean,
found.
we
But
could do
we'll
that
do the
too.
Mortal. Let's do the Mortal Kombats. Let's get the Mortal Kombats first.
Are those on Netflix?
I think so.
I think
Mortal
they are.
Kombat?
I
I think
Mortal
they
Kombat
are.
is on
So
Netflix.
we
Good.
could do
So
more.
I don't have to pay money for this bullshit.
Well, look,
Exactly.
if I got the movies on DVD, so if you just want to borrow them,
So he's
Such a
paid.
fucking loser, man.
that's right. Got them on DVD. Hey, actually, I might have them on Blu-ray.
Which one of those movies is where the statue came to life and bit some girl's head off? Is
That was the
Annihilation?
second one.
That was the second one?
Yeah.
It has one of the worst lines, not in just Mortal Kombat, but in movie history.
Hit me with it.
Is where Katana sees her mother for the first time, Sindel, and says, "Mother, you're alive." She goes, "Yeah, that's why you will die." And then everybody's just like, "Okay."
Mortal Kombat.
I do that song though. It's like still alive, you know. That is some.
It's one of the most
Especially
popular-
when
yeah.
it gets down to where it's listening to characters like Johnny Cage,
Kano.
Kano.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do the Mortal Kombat ones, and then on my turnaround, I think I want to do that Turok animated movie. That one's I think on YouTube actually for free too.
I feel like we're trying to pick all the movies before we can get to Uwe Boll territory.
I'm gonna go ahead when it's my turn. I'm gonna just dive right in. I'm gonna go figure out what those movies are. I'm gonna subject you guys to that right now. We're just gonna start with the Blood Rain movies. Now that you told me about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually watched the first one.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I've seen those movies. Postal, Far Cry, all of them. They're really fucking bad.
If they're anything like The Name of the King or whatever the fuck that movie is.
Do you know that's actually based off a game too, in The Name of the King, right?
Yeah. Is it really? I didn't know it's based
off a game. You have to watch it again.
I don't mind.
That's why they made 3 of them. Come on.
All right, well then I'm gonna keep us away from Uwe Boll for a while. Then I'll let
Don't
Timmy,
worry, I got y'all covered.
I'll let Timmy dive into that one. Mortal Kombat, the first one, I think is not gonna be so bad. The second one is gonna be
it's gonna be Uwe Boll bad.
Yeah. The first one I think still has that little like kind of Street Fighter fun to it. I think
it might, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it'll have that kind of like energy to it.
Well, yeah, because the first one had the classic.
First one is mine. Yeah, well, the first
then,
one is still kind of. A lot of people still kind of have like this nostalgic kind of like. I still like that movie.
The second one brought
when
in.
you talk to people about it.
It starts off really good.
Mask.
Yeah, the second one brought in Shao Kahn, and it just kind of
threw.
Well, it just threw in a bunch of characters. Like, let's just put everybody in there.
Just the way the first one. Just the way the first one ended was just like fucking A. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah,
fucking Shao Kahn.
And look. The second, well, you know what? We're getting into start.
Yeah, we're already starting.
All right, Mortal Kombat's going to be the next movie we do on Losing Lives. So we're going to be working our way through that one before Timmy kills us all. I'm going to be like 5 Lives Lost every Uwe Boll movie ever. Thanks a lot.
Then he's going to piss on our graves.
Yeah, right. So then we'll do that. Well, wait till we got to go through the Resident Evil movies.
Those are bad.
Yeah, the first
not
one,
as bad.
They're not as bad as Uwe Boll from my understanding. Like Blood Rain, Jesus Christ! And then they made 3 of them.
I'm always baffled how really shitty movies continue. Like, where's the money coming from? Who?
Like some of these video game movies we're doing, I get where the money's coming from in the sense that a video game studio wants to fund it. Like Street Fighter, that was funded by
first
Capcom.
movie. But then when other movies come out, you just have to question, like, where is this? Where are the funds for this?
Yeah. In fact, you just made me think. Let me see if I can pull up the budget. I want to see what the budget is for.
I thought you said it was like $30 million.
And it was 30-something million. I just don't know the exact number, and I was trying to see how much money that it got. The final. Say something.
Tim does not care about the budget for this movie.
Yay!
I'm talking about Evan Children.
Yeah. It was enough. Yeah, they had enough money.
It didn't matter.
No. Because we didn't lose any lives.
No, I lost one.
No one.
I lost half one because of the aggravation.
Nobody.
And the weight.
Has to use
that. It.
I don't care. Typically, I try to do the budgets on all the movies. That's just why.
Well, at least I don't have to see it for another 10 years.
Yeah, and you don't even have to see it in 10 years.
I don't have to see it
Did
at all.
Did you know that? Oh, I was just making sure.
I don't have to see it at all. But something tells me somebody's going to bring it up, and I'm like, I haven't seen it.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I'll probably start off just like I do, just like the first time. Like, all right, who's that?
Yeah, it's about 35 million, and it looks like
money well spent.
Yeah, it might have made about its budget back.
In DVD sales.
It looks like it might have made.
Yeah, it went straight to DVD.
Because it was straight to DVD,
yeah,
so it was about 35 million.
If not DVD,
and it
PSP
looked like it made like
well
about
too.
50 million, I think. But that's
because
I don't even know how accurate that is. It's just what I could. Because I knew IMDb didn't have anything on the budget, and then I didn't get around to.
I knew guys that were buying it on DVD and PSP, just to get a copy of it.
Oh, I remember that terrible shit. UMD movies for PSP where they were like, oh, you can watch movies on your PSP, just buy these kind of movies.
A little small disc.
Yeah, a little small disc. I'm guilty of buying a few of them. I bought a few, but I didn't really buy them with like, there were movies that were like, the ones I bought, they were like, oh, I like these movies. It might be something cool to have portable. Because this was before phones really became
where you could start just
TV device
shit.
that it is
YouTube
now.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was before a lot of that stuff, so... Yeah, that definitely missed the
I
boat
still
in
have
a
my
big
brother's
way.
PSP, and the only movies ever there was like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's like he really liked this movie.
All right.
Had to be able to watch it on the go.
All right, well, we're signing out. Look forward to seeing y'all next Who's Next podcast episode, where we're going to have Gamer Needs Food Badly. It's not going to be on the podcast. It's going to be a video that we do. And then on that episode, we're actually going to be announcing a challenge. So look into that next episode.
fuck.
Look into the challenge.
Yeah, it's the first I'm hearing of this.
Yep. So
No, I think I might have heard about this, but I can't say anything to you viewers.
Yep. So
Listeners.
we'll announce that on that episode. So look forward to seeing y'all there. Give us a shout out. www.who'snextgaming.com is the website, and it has our podcast there. It has links to some of the video stuff. Well, it will once we get the YouTube stuff really set up, and it'll be a place for the Gamer Needs Food Badly videos there. And it has a couple of articles I've written, and just a couple of other things you can browse around and see what's going on. So give us a shout out, catch us on social media, and we'd love to hear from you. Peace.